In 1996, he graduated with a degree in engineering, but decided to put that on hold and venture into business. 23 years on and 5 countries later, Albert Sigei is now the CEO of Lafarge Malawi, the leading cement manufacturing company in this country. My name is Michael Zimanji, and this is Daring Abroad.
Yes, I'll be later.
Albert Sigei has lived across the globe, from Algeria to Egypt, Nigeria to the United Kingdom. But his academic journey began back in Kenya at the University of Nairobi.
So my academic background, yes, is engineering, but I did not practice engineering. I built up other qualifications along the lines of, putting together a package in accountancy. So I'm a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Accountants, ACCA. And also, I also, picked up other qualifications in information technology management and gone for different executive programs at the London Business School, INSEAD, the Western University in Canada. A lot of them, I have to say, it's with the support of my employer, and others just by myself.
Before settling here, Albert was the managing director of Lafarge Nigeria.
I ran the subsidiary, Ready Mix Concrete, and developed it from zero and left it when it had 150 people, and finished off Nigeria after 5 years, made transition into Malawi.
Unlike most migrants, Albert was not afraid of starting life in a different country.
After a few moves, you become really comfortable in terms of moving from one country to the other. After analyzing it and saying, okay, this is a go, I'm gonna move into that environment. It's a different environment. You have to understand where you're getting into, because you cannot succeed if you do not understand and adapt and formulate your programs with this in mind, because you may have the most beautiful ideas or strategy, but if you don't carry the people along, and if you don't consider the environment and the culture that is prevailing in that situation, you will get nowhere. So you just need to understand it.
And this came in quite handy for Albert when he took up his position as the CEO of Lafarge Malawi in 2016.
Lafarge Malawi is a pretty old company. It's been in Malawi for more than 60 years. Actually, we like to think about it as being part and parcel of the fabric of this society. Most of the important buildings, parliament buildings, key universities, major highways, bridges, power stations, they've been built by this company. So it's more than 60 years old. So I'm really lucky to run such an iconic company in this society, which has been the leading building materials provider in the Malawian society for over many decades.
Lafarge Malawi produces 4 brands of cement, namely Duraket, Superset, Koma, and Kumanga.
Apart from that, we've got other products that we have rolled out or are rolling out to the market, including the use of soil stabilized blocks. We've got a business that we've established in partnership with the Commonwealth Development Corporation. It's a joint venture between Lafarge and the CDC to produce bricks using this environmentally friendly technology through a company called 14 Trees. It's called 14 Trees because for every average house that you build in Malawi, 14 trees were being felled to burn the bricks to build that house.
According to Albert, running a business in Malawi is no different to running a business in Kenya, especially when it comes to adhering to the regulations.
So before you dare abroad, you must get a checklist. The things that you need to comply with. There's even things about company registration. For example, if you move to some countries, I'm sure it's not only Malawi, and you register a company without taking care of certain requirements, then later on you might find it very difficult to repatriate your dividends or your cash back home.
This is one of the reasons why Albert is committed to ensuring employee safety regulations are observed.
And we focus a lot on the road, on safety, especially on the road. If you are doing more than 6 million kilometers on an annual basis, it means the risk is quite heightened in terms of risk of accidents. So what we believe in Lafarge Housing is on a journey to zero harm, meaning we want each and every one of our partners and employees to come home in the morning happy and healthy, and to go back home to their families happy and healthy in the evening. So this is our clinic. Yeah.
So what happens here exactly?
Now here, like if we have an emergency, this is where so it's well equipped to deal with emergencies.
And at this juncture, let us learn more about Blantyre on our Miles Away segment. Blantyre is the second largest city in Malawi. It is located in the southern part of the country and has a population of about 600,000 people. Named after the birthplace of Scottish missionary and explorer Dr. David Livingstone, Blantyre is the center of finance and commerce. Interesting places to visit in Blantyre include the Chichiri Museum, which preserves exhibits of Malawian history and culture, Michiru Mountain, which gives a breathtaking view of the city, and Lakavana Art Gallery. Compared to Nairobi, Blantyre's parking fee is relatively cheaper. It would cost you 100 Malawian kwacha, which is approximately 14 Kenyan shillings, to park your vehicle in the CBD. And that's miles away.
This is the map of Malawi.
Yes.
So how many different places that you have your factories?
We are here. This is the biggest, which is the one you see here.
This is at Blantyre.
Blantyre. Now, Lilongwe is here.
In his 3 years as CEO of Lafarge Malawi, Albert, who hails from Bomet County, has made significant changes to the company as well as the country.
We get a lot of materials locally and process in our factory, but we also do import some of the materials from Zambia or from offshore. Our focus is to use more and more of local materials so that we can promote local content. Malawi has got something called Buy Malawi strategy, driven by the government, and we are supporting that by going in this direction as well.
In addition to this, Albert has also introduced projects geared towards economic growth and empowerment.
So we have a program, multi-year program, that I have developed with a team called Kumanga Malawi. This is our reason to be. We are here to build Malawi. Why does Lafarge Housing Malawi exist? It exists because we want to build Malawi. We want to hold hands with the government. We want to hold hands with other stakeholders to build Malawi. So this Kumanga Malawi has got several pillars. One is road and workplace safety. The other pillar is small and medium enterprise support. And one of the ones that we are really promoting and working on is to get the small, the small former headmaster, former headmistress, the guy with a small shop to work with us so that we can build them. The other one is sustainable building solutions.
And his efforts have bore fruit. Currently, Lafarge Malawi sells about 20,000 tons of cement in a month, according to Albert. Albert's dream is to see Malawi reach its full potential when it comes to industrialization, a dream that he also has for Kenya.
I tend to see a lot of Nigerian giants. I tend to see a lot of South African giants. I see Moroccan giants. I see some Egyptian giants. I want to see more Kenyan giants daring and crossing the borders and really becoming, like African titans. And I would also like to see Kenyan ideas being scaled up by Kenyans more and more.
This love for country is what inspires him to visit his homeland twice a year with his family.
This is because it's very important to be clear about what is your anchor point, particularly for the children. So it's very important for me to give them a very clear sense of identity. I am Kenyan.
And when in Kenya, the old boy of Kabarnet High School takes time to give back to the community.
One is education. So I have set up, with the help of one or two people, a structured program. As they say, charity begins at home, where we support brilliant students who are disadvantaged to go to high school. The other one is working with, again, a few people to develop small and medium enterprises.
Albert appreciates the opportunities he has received, and it is his desire that more young people follow in his footsteps.
Many countries, including here in Malawi, there is some Kenyans who are pretty young, working with the telco companies, working with the different places. And what you realize very rapidly when you dare abroad is that it's mostly just the fear of the unknown that is holding you back.
And this is his advice regarding living in Malawi on our Diaspora Bite.
Don't be afraid to try, because Kenya, as we all know, it is a great place to be, but also the opportunities are limited. And you realize that a lot of the things that are happening in the technology space in Kenya, in the different sectors, have not yet taken off here.
Dare to dream. That is Albert Sigei's message to all of us. Be sure to tune in next week as we bring you more informative and inspiring stories from across the globe.